Hi, my name is Festus or DJ Erewele, and it's good to be back doing this with you one more time. Now, I have been having a series of questions in fact, two questions that came while I visited some of my friends recently. But one of them is the one that I like to discuss on this episode. And the question he was asking me was, should married couples, should they be allowed to work in an organization? And it happens every time. And so if you are an owner of a business, I'm sure you will like this episode. You want to know, should couples be allowed to work in the same organization? And then my answer is a yes and a no. A no if it is an MSME kind of structured organization. What do I mean by an MSME? I'm talking about micro, small, and medium enterprise. You cannot afford to have couples, a husband and a wife, working in that kind of establishment, if that's the kind of establishment you run, because it's like asking you to be an MD in the home of a man and his wife. And that simply won't just work. It doesn't just click. Too many reasons why such things cannot take place is because, number one, you'll be creating some kind of unhealthy rivalry. Assuming one of these couple, one of them is much more important to you than the other, you'll be creating some kind of unhealthy rivalry between them, because they will have to get home and they will have to discuss sometimes. And then you are going to reduce productive time in the office, because half of the time that these people will be working for you, they will be taking care of their home issues. They'll be taking decisions about their home issues, and that will affect the productivity in the office. The other reason why I say no, is a no for an MSME, is because you are even exposing them to a huge risk. What happens to them if anything goes wrong with the business? Now, this is a family whose total dependency is on you. And so if anything goes wrong with the company where you run as an MD, it means the two of them may just have to go back home doing nothing. And so it's not just necessary to even think about it, to have couples work in a small structured organization. And so why do I say yes? Yes, in a big company, because a bigger company is more structured, and most essentially, it is expected that these people will not work in the same department or in the same unit. They should be able to work in different units. And of course, they came in on the basis of merits. And so they understand what is expected of each of them. The other thing is that these people are going to be monitored, because in a structured organization, I understand, for instance, like companies like First Bank of Nigeria, they really don't give a hoot about whether you're married or not and you're working the same. There is a strong risk control and compliance unit. And so they know what to do, and to check emotions and to make sure there aren't any fraud or any form of compromise or complacency. And so in a big organization, fine, it's okay. It's also okay because, a big organization will be adding to the economy of these people. It is going to make sure that they have a more robust economy, because now they have two sources of income from the same company that they are making use, and they're trying to make sure that things go well at the home. So back to where I was on big companies and small companies. For a small company, please, is a no. For a big company, some big companies will say no, some will say yes. So, but for me, I really don't have a problem if the company is big and structured. So I don't know what kind of company you run. Is it a big company? Is it a small company? Now, the decision is yours. And I'm sure you probably would have agreed with me too that couples shouldn't if it's a small company. I'll see you next week. But please, before I go, I'd like to ask again that you share and subscribe. If you haven't, share. And let this be something that you talk about with your friends. See you next time on another episode, God helping, where we come your way next week. Bye.